is Iron Man? Like, I promise, if you just tell me who Iron Man is, I won't tell anybody. Just let me know. But here's the thing, yeah, it's Tony Stark. I mean, there's no question. We all know who it is. Does anybody have any guesses who the real Iron Man is? The real Iron Man, Nick. Tony Stark, yes, but maybe, let's see, Danae, or let's see, right here. George Clooney. All right, we got a couple votes, Katie. All right, let's see, let's get a drum, can we get a drum roll from anybody? Iron Man is Sean Bradley, that's right.
You guys didn't think that Will had all the acting in the family, did you? He had to get it from somewhere. You know, there's a couple things about Iron Man character that I really like, because there's a lot of things about that character that parallels the Christian life. You know, the guy that lives inside the suit, that's, as you said, Tony Stark. And you know, he's a regular guy like us when he's not wearing the suit. And Tony Stark makes a lot of mistakes, and he gets out there and gets in the wrong places and gets himself in situations that are hard to get out of. We do that when we're not living in Christ, when we're outside of the suit. And Paul tells us what that suit is, what the armor is that we're to put on. We're to put on the armor of Christ. And that's the breastplate of righteousness, the belt of truth, be shod with the shoes of the gospel, put on the helmet of salvation, and to use the sword of the Spirit. You know, that's what Paul tells us to do, and it's not because it's all fictional. It's real for us. We've got to put those things on if we're going to be conquerors, because we are more than conquerors through Christ living in us, and that's real. You know, the Tony Stark and Iron Man, like I said, are fictional, but I like the parallels they make because they can make us think that, yeah, I'm like that guy. I'm out there messing up. I can live some good days, and then I make a big mistake and get somewhere I'm not supposed to be. But what Tony finds is when he's going to defeat evil, he's got to be fully inside that suit. He's got to be all the way into his armor, and he's got to rely on that. And there's one more thing that makes Tony Stark who he is, and that's the power that's in him that's from the outside. It's not his own power. So if you know anything about the Iron Man shows, that power was put inside of him. We've got power living in us. Who is that power that's inside of us? Jesus Christ, living inside of us. And that's the only way that we're going to defeat who we need to defeat. Satan and everything else that's not of the Father. One more thing that I've found when I've watched those movies is that Tony Stark, he's inside Iron Man's suit, and he's out there fighting hard against the bad guys. And sometimes, even with all that power and all that armor, he gets knocked down. But he uses all of it. In the end, he's victorious. And as Christians, we're going to find, even when we're fully inside the armor of Christ, fully relying on his power, sometimes we're going to have some really tough days. But we've got to fight all the way through it, rely on Christ, and in the end, we're going to be victors. So remember that. Thanks for the opportunity to have fun last night.
All right, let's all finish with Iron Man.